YouTube, welcome to the channel. I'm X, and it is now time for the Week 14 predictions for the NFL season. Um, as you can see, I went 10-6 last week, so pretty good, pretty good. I did the best in the league, or in the group, I guess I could call it. Still in last place though. Austin Rockstar and the Better Half are still all above me. However, it's time to see what I can do this week. Tomorrow night's matchup is between the 6-5-1 Dallas Cowboys and the 7-5 Detroit Lions. Ooh, that might be a good game. I almost said a good fight. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. Their trajectory's been going up, and the Lions have been going down. That's the only thing I can think of. It's the only reason I'm picking the Cowboys. I just think right now they're doing better. They got the momentum on their side with George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and that defense. That defense isn't good, but as long as the defense steps up a little bit, they should be able to win that game. Up next, we got the 9-3 Seattle Seahawks taking on the 4-8 Atlanta Falcons, and I think I'm going to go with everybody else here and pick the Seahawks. So far, I've picked the visiting team twice. Up next, we have probably the worst game of the week. The 1-11 Tennessee Titans taking on the 3-9 Cleveland Browns. And I'm going to go with the Titans. Myles Garrett is probably going to feast on Cam Ward. Like I predict Myles Garrett getting 3 sacks. 3 sacks on Cam Ward, at least. But I feel like maybe it's just because I want it to happen. I feel like the Titans have a chance to win this game. Up next, we got the 3-9 Washington Commanders taking on the 4-8 Minnesota Vikings. Oof. This is gonna be a terrible week, huh? It's gonna be a lot of terrible games this week. That's what I'm looking at. All right, I think Marcus Mariota and Washington almost beat Denver last week, and Minnesota just ain't doing it. 9 just ain't doing it. I'm gonna go with Mariota and the Commanders. And I still have only picked the visiting teams. Up next, we have an AFC East matchup between the 5-7 Miami Dolphins and the 3-9 New York Jets. And I'm going to go with the visiting team once again. And now, up next, we have the 2-10 New Orleans Saints taking on the 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I better not be. Yeah, this better not be a trap game. Because they're both in the same division. This is an NFC South matchup. The Buccaneers are a way better team than the Saints, though. They just haven't been showing it recently. But yeah, I really don't see the Saints pulling the victory out. Up next, we have an AFC South matchup between the 8-4 Indianapolis Colts and the 8-4 Jacksonville Jaguars. This is for the division right now. Can the Colts stay ahead of the Jags in the division in Jacksonville? Fabio against Indiana Jones. I haven't looked at any of these matchups beforehand. I think the Colts are going to go into Jacksonville and I almost said upset the Jags, but I don't think it would be an upset. I mean, obviously the Jags would be upset if they lose at home. However, I just think the Colts are an all around better team. Um, Maybe they're pretenders and they got me, they're fooling me. That's all I got to say. Maybe they're fooling me. I don't know. But I think they got the victory. And oh my goodness. Speaking of for another matchup for the division, this one is for the AFC North between Pittsburgh, who are 6-6, and the Baltimore Ravens, who are also 6-6. I really don't want either team to win. I would love for this to be a tie. That puts the Bengals that much closer to getting the division, and therefore getting into the playoffs. However, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. I will not root for Pittsburgh unless I absolutely have to. And I do not absolutely have to. Speaking of my Bengals, 4-8 Cincinnati Bengals taking on the 8-4 Buffalo Bills. This is going to be a tough matchup. Obviously, I'm going to pick the Bengals. There's no skating around it. I'm going to pick the Bengals, whether they win, lose, or have nobody, have everybody. Doesn't matter. I'm picking the Bengals. Josh Allen is going to be a problem, obviously. That defense for Buffalo is going to be a problem. But I think we can pull it out with Joe Burrow at the helm. Up next, we have an AFC West matchup between the 10-2 Denver Broncos and the 2-10 Las Vegas Raiders. And I think the Broncos are going to be first in the AFC at the end of the week because the Patriots are on a bye week. Bo Nix, Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Patrick Surtain, RJ Harvey, the whole team much better than people like Geno Smith, and although Brock Bowers is a beast in Vegas. Up next, we have an NFC North matchup. I think this is for the division as well, between the 9-3 Chicago Bears and the 8-3-1 Green Bay Packers. Ooh, this adjust my glasses real quick. I think it didn't want me to pick the Packers. I think the Packers have it. Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons might. I don't know if I want to say he's gonna feast on Caleb, but he's definitely gonna hurry Caleb. Caleb Williams is going to be under pressure probably all day and trying to throw to Luther Burden, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore. He's going to be under pressure. It's going to be difficult for him because that Green Bay defense is no joke. Although the Bears, nobody saw them being 9-3 at this point in the season. Nobody saw it. Definitely not me. Silver Sport might have seen it because, they're Bears fans. But I don't think they even saw it. Up next, we have an NFC West matchup between the Los Angeles Rams, first in the NFC, and who are 9-3, and the 3-9 Arizona Cardinals. This is an easy win for the Rams. Puka Nacua is back. Karen Williams, Jared Verse, Matthew Stafford. I mean, I don't think there's really going to be much of a battle here against Jacoby Brissett, Marvin Harrison Jr., and whoever else they got. Oh, Trey McBride. I couldn't tell you a single defender for the Cardinals, though. Not a one. They do have Trey Benson for their running back, though. But, I think the Rams have this. without a shadow of a doubt. Up next, we have the Houston Texans, who are 7-5, taking on the 6-6 Kansas City Chiefs. Wow, what a tough test for both teams, actually. The mother-in-law decided to share a reel with me. I'm gonna go with the Texans here. I don't know if they're a better all-around team, but I feel like they've been playing better as of late, at least, than the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are actually on their way out. And I think if they lose this week, they might actually be out of the playoffs, because I think the Chargers and the Broncos are ahead of them in the division. And obviously in the AFC playoff race, ooh, I don't know. But I'm definitely going to go with the Texans. I've said it. I've said it quite a few times. I'm a CJ Stroud guy. Yeah, I believe in Stroud. And now the Monday Night Football matchup between the Super Bowl defending Philadelphia Eagles, who are 8-4, and the also 8-4 Los Angeles Chargers. That should be a good matchup. I'm gonna go with the home team of the Los Angeles Chargers. I think the Chargers with Justin Herbert might be able to pull it off. Plus, if the Chargers win and the Broncos win, the Chiefs are probably not going to make the playoffs. And I'm okay with that. What do I think the score is going to be, though? This one might be a high scoring affair. Let's say 65 points total. And that is my predictions for week 14 of the NFL season here in 2025. Comment down below. How many do you think I'm going to get right this week? Like the video if you want to see more, and of course subscribe. 90% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.